All right, right now, I want to talk about the major developments of the weekend. There's a lot that went on this weekend, but I got 5 things that really stood out to me as the major recruiting developments of the weekend. Let's start at the top. We got Elijah Melendez makes a decision. Remember, week 1 of the season, he decommitted from the Miami Hurricanes after being committed for months. He did it 2 hours before the game started. Mario Cristobal and his coaching staff were on the field in the Swamp getting ready for week 1 when Elijah Melendez made it be known that he was decommitting from Miami. He ends up showing up at Auburn, and from that point on, it's been all Auburn Tigers in this recruitment in this weekend. Elijah Melendez, a top 20 linebacker from Osceola, Florida, made his decision. He's an Auburn Tiger. He goes 6'2", 225 pounds. Like I said, was a Miami Hurricane commitment for months. But now he's part of that Auburn Tiger class, that number 6 ranked class that Hugh Freeze is putting together. And they got some more guys on the board. We're going to talk Auburn later on. You guys can go find those videos on the channel. But Elijah Melendez was one of the biggest developments of the weekend. Next development that I want to talk about is state of Florida recruiting is shifting. For the last couple years, it's been Florida State is the top dog while Florida and Miami kind of try to find their way. Well, this season, with Florida State's 0-3 start, they're sliding. They've had 2 significant decommitments. Meanwhile, the Miami Hurricanes are surging. I mean, the Florida Gators, they're still finding their way. Then they might not be there for a while because it looks like Billy Napier is on the hot seat. We'll see what happens there. But meanwhile, the Miami Hurricanes, I mean, they had Michael Carroll on campus this weekend. He's committed to Alabama. They're in pursuit of DJ Pickett, the 5-star committed to LSU. They are coming after some of this league's best commitments. And if your team has a player and your team's struggling, you better believe Miami's going to be involved there. So we're seeing the tectonic plates in Florida shifting once again. It looks like Miami is the team to beat in the state, while Florida and Florida State, they're going to just try to hang on to what they got. Meanwhile, Miami, they're trying to put the finishing touches on this class. Could be a couple flips down the road. All right, next up. Before we get to the third development, I got to tell you guys about this new series that dropped on Amazon Prime about how NIL, yes, NIL has changed the college sports game. It's called The Money Game, executive produced by Shaquille O'Neal, LSU alum, and it's on Amazon Prime. It dropped September 10, where this is a great show. They follow Livy Dunn, Angel Reese, and Jaden Daniels, their last seasons at LSU. You guys are going to find this really interesting. I promise. Take a look.
Can I see how I look before we start?
July 1st, 2021, the NIL rule changed. That's the day my life changed.
The schools were reaping the benefits of the billions of dollars in TV contracts.
For almost 100 years, no one challenged it.
Now, the Livy Dunns and the Angel Reeses, they're getting 6- and 7-figure deals.
The more eyes you got on you, the more people are going to try to tear you down.
I do get a lot of inappropriate comments.
All the stuff that they say on a daily basis is disgusting.
You're playing on the biggest stage every week.
Angel Reese is not active tonight.
Could you expand a little bit more on why Reese didn't play in here?
Yeah, I could, but I won't.
I don't have to tell you guys everything that's going on in my life.
And now, for the big moment, your 2023 Heisman winner is...
I guarantee there's some girl out here who was trying to get their hooks into Jaden Daniels.
I'm not going to let anybody take my focus from the game.
You don't have to play the money game, but if you want to capitalize, you can do that.
I love the game. I can also take care of my family for generations.
We thought of everything that would happen in NIL.
I would have $100 in my account as one of the star athletes at LSU, and I was confused why.
Reebok is a question mark.
They didn't reach out to you?
No. The whole team is so excited to have you.
These athletes are in a pressure cooker.
I remember saying that I want to be done, but winning is addicting.
I think this is the beginning of it, and it's beautiful.
There it is. I told you. Looks good, doesn't it? The money game. Amazon Prime. It's an inside look at NIL in a way that we have never seen it before. Amazon Prime gives you a raw, real look at how NIL is shaping NCAA sports and the lives of these athletes that are participating in it. And it's 6 parts. It's not just one. You can't tell a great story in one part. This is 6 parts. It's Amazon Prime. The money game. Go watch it. All right. Let's get into this third major development of the weekend, and that was running back Usman Kroma from the state of Georgia, visited Auburn this weekend. So why is it so significant, Josh? Well, because when he left, he said he's ready to decide on September 28th. So that's about 2 weeks away. And prior to this, Usman Kroma has been really deciding between 4 teams. You had Tennessee, Florida State, Auburn, and Georgia. But over the last couple weeks, this has really become, in my opinion, a 2-team race between Auburn and Georgia. And call me crazy, but I think there's some significance to Usman Kroma making this announcement after the Auburn visit. He visited Georgia last weekend. He didn't leave Georgia saying, hey, I'm ready to make this decision. He leaves Auburn and he's ready to make a decision. Now, there could be some recruiting still to be done, but if you look at the recruiting prediction machine, it is trending heavily in Auburn's favor. So could Auburn be adding another major commitment in just about 2 weeks? You guys let me know in the comment section below. But right now, I like where they sit for Usman Kroma. All right. The fourth major development of the weekend was elite edge Jared Smith, who was committed to Auburn. Borderline 5-star prospect, one of the best edge rushers in America, was at South Carolina over the weekend. I talked to Steve Wiltfong. There's a video on our channel about it right now with Steve. But, you know, he says that when it came down to Auburn, Jared Smith committing to Auburn, the other team in the picture was really South Carolina. It's a program that he's always had an attachment to. And despite the loss by South Carolina, they put on a good show in front of some really talented recruits, and Smith's one of them. He's always had a great connection with head coach Shane Beamer, but also defensive line coach Sterling Lucas. Now, I don't know if Jared Smith promised, hey, I'll be back in the season, and he's just fulfilling a promise, or if there's real interest. But the way that we're going to find this out is we're going to see if Jared Smith shows back at South Carolina for a game. If he shows back up at South Carolina, hey, maybe there's a little smoke to this fire. But right now, Jared Smith's saying all the right things about his Auburn commitment. That's where his focus is at. But over the weekend, he was at South Carolina. I think that is a significant development. All right, number 5 on the list. Number 1 athlete, Michael Terry, visits Texas. And the reason I think this is significant is because of where he visited last weekend. The 5-star was at Nebraska. Now, Nebraska and Texas are kind of emerging. I know Oregon, Oklahoma, there's been other teams, Texas A&M, heavily involved in this recruitment. But as it kind of goes into the season, I feel like it's Texas and Nebraska and Michael Terry. I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Terry was ready to make a decision in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Now, I'm not saying that he is. I don't have any inside intel that says he is. But when you make back-to-back visits to kind of the 2 teams that you've been focusing on for a while, what else is there left? He's taken his official visits. He's taken plenty of unofficial visits. Now he's gone to games of each team. So I think, hey, Michael Terry, the number 1 athlete in America, might be ready to make a decision. And right now, all the experts have him going to the Texas Longhorns. Would be another 5-star pickup for Texas. But what's Matt Rule got to say about this? Can Nebraska make a run down the stretch for Michael Terry after getting him on campus this season? That's yet to be seen. We will see what happens with this one, but I want to hear what you guys think about these weekend developments. Did I miss one? Is there a major development in your mind that I missed, or do you think that I hit them all? Let me know. What do you think was the biggest development of the weekend? Let us know. Comment section below. Well, you've made it to the end of today's video, but there's hundreds more videos on the On3 Recruits channel for you to check out. And also, while you're here, hit subscribe.